Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
And today we're going to talk about vocations in the Catholic Church and the priesthood.
That's right, and in Ireland. The vocations are actually very little compared to the needs of the parishes in the different dioceses. There was an excellent article done in the Irish Catholic of the September the 19th this year, and by Greg Daly, and he kind of highlights the fact that the information is very sparse. The website for the National Vocations Office is in some ways a dispiriting place to visit, with apparently no news updates since May 2019. And when they released the figures, where heretofore some years ago they were able to clarify the exact number of vocations to the priesthood that are near enough going to be priests, because what starts out and what finishes is often two different things. And oftentimes then there's people that might have a vocation, so they have a year which is a pre-formation, and then some of them drop out, and then some of them go, and then some of them don't finish either. So really it's the finished product, and he has demonstrated that there is a shortage of priests, and a severe shortage. As a matter of fact, in Kerry there's a parish now that has no priest, and they are very upset about it. Now, it's not the only one, because I think there's one in Clare also, but one in Kerry has been highlighted recently. I'm not sure where the parish is, but they have requested the bishops to do something about it, and I think they've even put in a request to the Vatican. So they want a priest, and we have priests now from Africa and from Asia, from India and other countries now ministering in the church. In Sligo, for example, where I was at Christmas there earlier this year, there's 4 priests, and actually none of them are diocesan priests, and 2 of them, one is from Africa and the other is from India.
Well, just for anybody who doesn't know, what's a diocesan priest?
Well, a diocesan is, like, for example, in Ireland you have the Archdiocese of Dublin. You have the Archdiocese of Armagh. These are the archdioceses because it's archbishops. Then you have dioceses where there's various bishops. That's the area that the churches in, the Catholic churches in their area, that's their responsibility to make sure that they have priests and enough to go around. Now, Greg Daly in the Irish Catholic, as I indicated there, has highlighted the number of places where there are no vocations. For example, in the Diocese of Ossory, which is down south, there's no vocations. The Diocese of Ferns, there's only 1. The Diocese of Waterford, there's 3. The Diocese of Cashel and Elmley, there's 1. The Diocese of Clyne, 3. Now, Cork is a big county, isn't it?
It is very, yeah.
1. Now you can visualise that that's really inconsequential. 1.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Kerry, and that's a big county, isn't it?
Kerry's very, how many in Kerry?
2 vocations. Limerick is a big city too, and a big county, isn't it? Big city. 1. Diocese of Ferns, 1. That comes in Waterford. The Diocese of Kildare and Loughlin, 1. Killaloo, which is down south in Clare and all the rest of it, 1. Galway, which is a big one, 1. You bought Galway, say 1. Clonfert, next door to it, none. Ardan Clonmacnoise, big parish where there was always plenty of vocations, none. Athenry, another diocese, none. Killala in Mayo, 2. Tuam, 5. another one here, only with Upper Galway. Kildare and Leyland 1. Dublin, which has 1.5 million and big counties, 5. Meath 4. Dromone 2. Armagh 23. Now, most of those are joining orders in Armagh. So the diocesan priests would be only about 4 in that number. They're joining orders.
Okay.
Their vocations are up. And funny enough, the people that celebrated Mass in Latin, there's 2, the sovereign priests and that kind of thing, their vocations are up. They've hundreds. Clare 2, Raphoe and Donegal, which is the only county that voted in both referendums, they voted no. And yet they've only one vocation. Derry, which is a good Catholic city, has 6, which is good. And Down and Connor, north of Ireland, 5, because Catholics actually practice their Catholic faith in the north because of the situation. So that's really nothing to replace. There'll be parishes now that will not have any priests. So it's incumbent, according to that article, that bishops wake up to the reality. It's an emergency, but they're kind of not open. They're not dealing with the issue. Bishop Dermot Martin, of the Archbishop of Dublin, is reported there in just recently in the last 2 weeks, saying that the what did he call it, the rigid Catholicism that happened years ago is no place now. He calls it rigid. It was nothing like what he describes. It was conservative and very well. What he describes is not my memory. Mass was well attended on Sundays and weekdays, but certainly on Sundays every Mass was packed, and there was often 3 or 4 Masses, and there was so many priests that a lot of them went to the missions, even diocesan priests. Diocesan priests often went to the missions, and England was considered a mission. And 2 from Morecastle, there were priests that I know, and are now retired. They were in England, regarded a mission, Birmingham and some other place. Now, so they'd want to, according to the article, they'd want to look at this business of the priesthood and stop living with their head in the sand. Admit it and do something about it. In my opinion, what happened was that they become too secular in their ideas and too modern. They're not commenting on the traditional message that they need to and speak up about. When you have the like of Archbishop Dermot Martin giving his opinion, and completely wrong in my opinion, about the problem, and look at his own diocese and look what he's presiding over compared to when Archbishop John Charles McQuaid was Archbishop, who was being criticised and abused by the media. There was plenty of vocations, and even ones, some of them having to go to the USA for a few years to fill in there. So that's the way it was with the vocations.
Thank you very much, John.